Flutter is a very interesting technology developed by Google. A little bit of introduction on how Flutter came to be. Some of you might know the story of Flutter already, but it has started with some members of the Chrome team. They started looking at Chrome and working on some of the aspects of how do I make it faster, right? Things like animation, things like scrolling speeds. So they said that a lot of compatibility issues of the browser, like the things which they have to implement because of historical reasons, um, were actually slowing down the optimizations which they could do. So they said that what if we break all the compatibilities? So they just kept stripping all the old requirements of a HTML rendering engine, and they said that what if there are only newer tags, and can we implement the things really fast? What they found was when they sort of stripped the HTML rendering engine to the bare bones component of what is required to render modern UIs without thinking about the old UIs, they were surprised to see almost like a 10x improvement in performance. And that made them to think, saying that maybe there is something here we can think of. So they started experimenting with that, and soon that's what became Flutter. So what they did was they took this complete rendering engine, which was based on a 2D rendering library called Skia, which was hardware accelerated in GPU, and they created a complete new UI framework. And they just wanted to experiment how you can create a modern UI framework using if it was designed today without thinking about the past compatibility. And that was the basis of Flutter, right? So Flutter started off as a project trying to optimize HTML, but became its own UI framework on its own right. Now, there are many advantages of Flutter. The other thing what went into Flutter was I have been developing UI codes for almost 30 years right now. I started almost, I think, in 89, 90 when I started building UI components. One thing was always painful to do was to write a UI program which runs on multiple platforms. Many people tried it. It was not the first time. I think the very first approach of trying to do a multi-platform UI platform was X Windows. I don't know how many of you in the current generation have really worked on that. But that was a C++ based rendering framework. Then I think Java was in the mid 90s attempted to create a uniform widgets across all the platforms, but it suffered performance reasons. It was never as performant as creating a native one. And then you all know the story, like there were multiple attempts. Then I think Flash tried to create its own rendering engine in the browser. I think Flash could have been successful, but like they were a little ahead of the time, and they were not uh, what you can say, it was organically grown. It was not designed to be a UI framework. It was designed to be an animation framework, which tried to become a UI framework later in the day. Now, Flutter took all these lessons and they worked ground up in sort of building a framework which looks to be very successful right now. And some of the reasons why it was successful, because of the goals what they set for themselves. They started with the goal of not creating a cross-platform platform, which could have compromised their integrity. Their goals were primarily three goals. First thing is to create beautiful apps. So they started with an app saying that, okay, if you create a framework, if it is cross-platform, but if you can't create beautiful apps, there's no point in it. So the first and foremost thing was to create really beautiful apps. And the second thing was they said like it should have in the modern world a really smooth animations, right? Just creating static apps is not enough. If you really want to engage the customer, there should be nice, subtle, smooth animations, which should be very easy to do. And the third thing was they said like it should have great performance on any kind of device, right? When they say performance, it's not just about animation performance, but it's also about responsiveness, because Google believes a lot. You can see the statistics, right? Like they talk about every 100 milliseconds, what is the impact on the user experience or what the user does on your product. So these were the three goals, and they went with these goals backwards and tried to build it. Now, in order to do that, they essentially did three things to satisfy these three goals. First thing is they said that it has to compile to native. There is no if you put an interpreted layer, you will never get the great performance. So they started right from day one on creating something which can be compiled to individual native CPU, and also ability to offload work to then the second point was they should be able to offload the work to GPU. Otherwise, they will never get the smooth animation and performance, the rendering performance. Now, in order to offload the thing to CPU, they looked at various languages. They initially started in JavaScript, and then they soon realized they hit the limitations of JavaScript, and the same JavaScript had the same what you can say 25 years history behind it, and it was difficult to create some optimizations without breaking the compatibility. So they chose Dart, which gave them the maximum flexibility to introduce some features and also to make the language purpose built for creating UI. If you really see in the history, there was no language ever created for purpose built for creating UIs. It was always a general purpose programming language, which was later modified to create UIs. Having Dart evolve to support UI as a first class language as it was developing really helped. Now, then the third thing what they had in mind was what they did was they made sure whatever app you do, it has access to all the native API services and device. Otherwise, it will be a nice experiment, and you will not be able to create the real hard, what you can say, real world applications. So they achieved these three things. First, they were able to compile to native CPU using Dart language. Then they were able to use GPU effectively using the Skia library. And third, if you see a Dart project, it actually creates an Android project, or it creates a iOS project in the background, and you can actually create native code in this native platforms. It's even in the web, like it creates you can introduce JavaScript and include libraries, and they will run on web. So they made sure that the access to platform libraries is as smooth and as easy as possible. Now, having done all that, what did developers find it easy? The developers who started using it for last 2 years, it was officially released in 2018, but it was there for 1 year before as beta. As the developers used it for last 2 years, the things which they found, what attracted people to Flutter was five things. First thing was fast development. What I mean by fast development is, as a developer, you want to see the output of what you have done really fast so that you can iterate and make it better. So they were able to, with the features like hot reload, which all of you must be loving right now. The time between changing one line of code and seeing the result of it anywhere as deep as you are in the app is groundbreaking, right? I use it every day and I just love it, right? You can have what you can say 20 screens, and if you're working on the 17th screen with like the state of the screen maintained, you don't have to again click through 17 screens to reach where you are and then look at what happened, right? That cycle reduction, it looks like a very trivial thing, but the amount of time it saves makes your app development really fast. So developers really love it. The second set is they started from day one with such a rich set of widgets. That's another thing which they learned, saying that you can't just give a platform and expect the ecosystem to build all the widgets. People will find reasons for not using the framework because they can't do a certain type of smooth scrolling, or they don't have a certain type of grid, certain type of calendar selector, what you can say, calendar picker. So they addressed all these things by creating so many widgets. Like, frankly speaking, sometimes I get overwhelmed with the number of widgets which are available in Flutter compared to other UI frameworks. And the third thing what they did was integration with all the popular development tools. And they have first class integration. It's not just a simple integration, but right from VS Code to IntelliJ, to Atom Editor to Xcode, they made sure that like they have full-fledged integration, right from debugging to syntax highlighting to refactoring to completion. So that makes the developer easy. And the fourth point was the ability to control every single pixel. This is a very important thing in the day. Like HTML is very restrictive in terms of like per pixel control is very almost impossible. Only you can do it in a canvas area for a limited area. But Flutter gives you an ability to override any widget and control every single widget it occupies, every single pixel it occupies. That gives you the flexibility to create really awesome UIs. And the last but the least, not the least, is it is free and open source. You can, when you don't understand a behavior, right from the editor, you can control click or command click and dive into the source, and you can actually see how it is implemented. That is a very powerful feature for developers, and you can understand how the framework works. Once you understand how the framework works, you can write better apps. I will stop here. So these are more than enough reasons for developers to like it and for apps to perform the way they are intended to perform. And these are the reasons why Flutter is picking up in popularity, and rightfully so.